Hi folks, regarding the last video I made about Mario the Vigilant Christian, just want to thank everybody for backing me in the position of compassion that I was taking towards him. Well, not everybody backed me, but by and large most of you were behind me. And so this is a little bit of a follow-up video talking about what I learned about myself from this. And I want to draw a comparison of two experiences, two reactions. One is my reaction to Mario. So when I saw him suffering and breaking down in his video as a result of having to cope with the bipolar condition that he has, since he was 16, he's now 31, I think. My instant reaction was just one of empathy and compassion. All the stuff that he believed in, all the stuff that he promoted on his website, which was kind of what I tend to call conspiratainment, and what I've even referred to as the lunatic fringe of Christianity. Really extreme stuff about the satanic Illuminati, stuff that I don't believe is reflective of reality. All of that stuff that is not reflective of where I am, it didn't matter. I just put it aside and reacted to Mario with compassion. Now, I want to take you back 7 or 8 years to when I stopped being a Christian. And I want you to take a look at the reaction of someone who was dealing with me. There was, I've talked about this before, but many of you may not remember, or many of you may be seeing this for the first time. There was a family that I had known for about 15 years. And the mother and father in this family, I was very close to all of them. When they heard that I had abandoned the faith, as it were, they sat me down in their living room to give me the big talk where they tried to rescue me. But it wasn't working. I couldn't relate to Christianity at all. And their reaction, which surprised me, was to shun me from their lives, was to ostracize me. I was no longer welcome in their home. I was no longer going to be able to be their friend. This was not what I wanted. I wanted just respect for differences of opinion. But they ostracized me. Now here's what's interesting. And this meant so much to me, really, was that the woman burst out crying. And what this communicated to me was that she was essentially taking the position, I have to do this, but I really don't want to. I have to cast you out of my life, Darrell, but I really don't want to because I care about you. So, my reaction to Mario was, what you believe doesn't matter. I'm just gonna care about you. Her reaction to me was, what you believe does matter. And I can't let myself care about you. What I mean is, she did care about me, but I can't let myself follow through with that and actually care for you actively. Do you see the difference? In one of these reactions, beliefs were more important than just being human. That's what I'm getting at. And what I want to impress upon you is just the sentiment that if your beliefs are stopping you from being a human being, something's wrong there. So to anybody who believes in the practice of shunning, you should really think about that. We're just being divided by words here. Human beings are born totally confused about life, totally mystified. And as far as I'm concerned, that's something that stays with you all your life. You never get to figure this out. You know, somebody goes chatter, 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 and somebody else goes chatter, chatter, chatter in a different direction, and maybe somebody believes that one and somebody believes that one, but it's all just noise. Nobody really knows what's going on. It just depends who you want to believe. Don't believe me. I don't know what's going on. Well, you can believe me that I don't know what's going on. I'm one of the few people who's saying it's okay not to know what's going on. But typically, when you're brought up in a particular religious culture, be that Christianity, be that Islam, Mormonism, or whatever, you listen to the people who pretend they're in the know. When you're young, you listen to the adults who are pretending to know, and you're taking it on board, and then you start pretending to know. And then you start to think that you have the right to dictate what other people should pretend to know. Oh, we're so nuts. Belief systems are nuts. You know, and we use words to divide us. You know, Darrell, I can't love you because you don't believe what I believe. Why should I look at somebody like Mario, right, and say, Mario, what you believe is opposed to what I believe. You're my enemy. I'm glad you're bursting out crying. Glad you're having a hard time because you're my enemy. And I hope, I hope you go down. You know, I'm not going to react like that. And you know what the really sick thing that I'm noticing is? When I go on and I see Mario, I type in Vigilant Christian into YouTube, not just to get to his channel, but just to see what other people are saying about him. It seems that every few hours, literally every few hours, there's a new hate video up about Mario. And in many cases, these videos are being posted by Christians. Now, there is some controversy surrounding Mario, granted, in that people, are accusing him of inconsistency. They're saying he's a liar, that he's a complete fraud. His girlfriend, his past girlfriend, even a couple of days ago there, she came out with a statement on Facebook essentially saying that Mario is purely in it for the money. And everybody who's got it in for Mario is instantly using what she said against him. Now, you might think that's understandable, but I'm more inclined to kind of, to think there's two sides to every story. And I don't really have any particularly vested interest in defending Mario, but I know how when people break up, sometimes one party uses things against the other party. You know what I mean? It's like we don't know what conversations Mario and his girlfriend had really. It could have been, and this is a pure guess, it could have been a conversation where Mario is confiding in her and he's saying about how he's making all this money on YouTube and talking about the temptation that is. it could have been one of those kinds of conversations that she then blows out of proportion and says Mario's just in it for the money. We don't know. And Mario hasn't said one way or the other, but there's two sides to every story. And I've seen, Mario's brothers in Christ, as it were, accusing him of really, minor stuff that just, I think it's nuts. Like, some of them seem to think it's very improper for him to monetize his videos because what he's doing is a kind of Christian ministry. I don't see a problem with that. The reason that I don't monetize my videos is because I don't think I would make very much money off them. And also I don't really want to piss off my viewers. The most important thing to me about a video is that you're here to listen to me. So the last thing I want to do is get you frustrated that you're clicking the little X button on a bunch of adverts while you're trying to listen to me. I don't want that. That's just gonna put you in a bad mood when I don't want you in a bad mood. Because I know the effect. I go watching somebody's videos and I have to wait 10 seconds or whatever before I can click skip ad. I hate that, but I suffer it. So I'm not going to do that to my audience if I don't have to. But if Mario wants to monetize his videos, that's his business. And then one of the guys was accusing him of, he's making videos claiming that things like Disney are the Illuminati or whatever, and then he's accepting money from advertising from the entertainment industry that he is criticizing. But the thing about it is, it's not like that was premeditated by him. He can't control what ads appear on his videos. He can't control the flow of the money here. It really just sounds an awful lot like people have got it in for him. Getting back to what I said earlier about what's so sick about this is that many of these videos, you can just tell that they're really excited about the fact that they can put Mario down. The attitude is like, man, you're screwed. You're so screwed. To quote the cliche, what would Jesus do? These are supposed to be Christians. This is nuts. This is nuts. I don't really want to get involved in any YouTube drama. I'm kind of being drawn into this one a little bit, but I think this is probably the only video that I'm going to make on it. Mario is a flawed guy. He's got mental illness to cope with. He may have inconsistencies. I don't really care. I just saw a human being that was suffering, and I decided there are certain things in my background that might help him cope with that suffering, so I'm going to talk to him in a compassionate way. I guess that makes me more of a Christian than many of the Christians who call themselves Christians on here. Go figure. Don't let words divide you, folks.